What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Skies. Guys, if you'll notice on my belt, you'll see that I have a jar. We had yet another mimic spawn, and when I decided to defeat it and not die to it chomping me to death, it dropped this cloud in a bottle. And you can kind of see there's something inside the bottle there that's orbiting. So this allows me to double jump. So I can jump once, but if I press space again, I jump up even higher. So that's pretty cool. So you see it deployed my elytra when I did that because I have that on. So if I jump and then I hold space, well, I guess I don't need to hold space, but anyway, yeah, we can glide. But check this out. I think when you sprint with it and then you double jump, you get like a speed boost. Look at this. We are going really fast, aren't we? So that is a nice way to get around the base, I suppose. We don't have very far to go to get around the base, but it is definitely very nice. Again, we don't have unbreaking, we don't have mending, and the elytra has limited durability. We haven't seen a single phantom in order to get phantom membranes to repair our elytra, so unless there's some way to repair items. Oh, actually, a powered diamond anvil, huh? Oh, that looks complicated. There's also a magma anvil. That also looks complicated. Yeah, it looks like we have a couple of ways that we can repair using liquid magma or using electricity or energy. This would definitely be the way we'd want to go in the future. But yeah, we really need to get ourselves mending and unbreaking. So that's something that we'll be looking at coming up here fairly soon. I don't know about today or not, but yeah, getting that extra double jump and it combining with the elytra is definitely quite nice. So yeah, we ended up getting a couple of cows here. I was thinking that we would only get pigs that spawned over here. And the only reason why I thought that is because the only thing that I've seen spawn over here is pigs. I haven't seen chickens, and it wasn't until some cows spawned that I hadn't seen cows either. So yeah, we haven't seen sheep spawn over there. Only pigs. But yeah, we got a couple of cows that spawned, and I quickly grabbed my lead and I leaded them, and then I realized that wasn't going to work too well, so I grew some wheat. Then I brought them over, and then I penned them up over here. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing with the cows. We haven't had cows before. We can get leather from them. We can breed them. Not sure how useful that is, but I figured since they are seemingly pretty rare, since we're mostly only getting pigs that spawn over there, that I would hold on to them and not let them die. Okay, so anyway, today we want to do some things, and I was looking at the progression section here. So we've basically done everything from the getting started section. We haven't done the nether stuff. Yeah, we haven't done any of that, but yeah, I was looking at the progression, and just underneath the very first one that we have completed here is mesh progression, and that wants us to make a Manasteel mesh and an amethyst mesh. So Manasteel is made with Manasteel from Botania and some sticks. So it looks like in order for us to do that, we're going to have to jump into Botania, which is fine. That's kind of what I wanted to work on today. So let's go under manifest here, Botania. It looks like we have completed one quest from picking up a poppy previously. We have Sky of Beginnings is our very first quest here. This wants us to grab one of the mystical flowers. So once you have gotten mystical flowers, either from Floral, Fertilizer, or by chance, you can start working with mana. Did the first quest have us do something like that? Flower pouch. You get flowers by using bone meal on grass. Use bone meal directly on a flower. Will duplicate it once you've gotten a few. It'll be a good idea to craft them into Floral Fertilizer. But using bone meal directly on a flower. Flowers by using bone meal on grass. So is this telling me that if I bone meal the grass, well, I guess not this, that would be over here. This is not actual grass, that I get the Botania flowers? That's what it sounds like, because that's not how it has been in the past. Pretty much every other playthrough with Botania in it, you have to make the Floral Fertilizer in order to obtain the Botania flowers. Yeah, I can't bone meal this. So let's come over here real quick, and I'm going to vein mine away all of these saplings. Bone meal, bone meal. I don't know about that. Maybe there's part of this quest that I am missing, but the only thing I'm seeing here is just tall grass from bone mealing grass. So back to this. Yeah, it says that we can duplicate the flower. Maybe it's telling us that so we can make the Floral Fertilizer. That's got to be what it is. Let me go ahead and drop these saplings and logs and sticks and apples and other things out of my inventory. So it gets all picked up over here. All right, so let's take a look at the floral fertilizer. Right, okay, so this is what I want us to do. So we can just do this all with bone meal. We can just make white dye and then use one bone meal. Okay, yeah, I was confused. I thought that there was something different about this that I wasn't aware of, that we could just bone meal for those flowers, but yeah, apparently not. Anyway, so let's make some white dye, and then we'll put some bone meal in there, and boom, there's 16 floral fertilizer. I am unsure if we can use this vivid grass from Botania for it. I assume we could, since it's the same mod. And look at that, we certainly can. So we ended up getting a mystical green flower, a yellow flower. Get away, no. Oh, I just made the bee mad. Get away from my flower, that's my flower. Okay, now I just gotta chill over here. That bee will become friendly after about a minute or so. How much health do you have left? Yeah, I accidentally punched it and I did 2.5 hearts of damage. If I punch it again, it's game over for that bee. Let's not do that. Okay, so I just gotta be careful not to plant or use the floral fertilizer near this bee because I don't want it to pollinate. It doesn't have a hive to go into. I just want it to chill right there. Maybe making a splash potion of health or something is something I should do for it. So let's come over here, further away from where the bee can reach. And we'll place some of this. Yeah, so we're getting a few different colors. The white I know is very important for us. And it said that we could bone meal these to duplicate them. Is that what it was talking about? Oh. But is that using 2 bone meal at a time? I right click once and it's like using 2. Interesting. And it's spreading them. Huh. So that's a feature of Botania that I hadn't seen before. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, in all my time that I've played with Botania in the past, you had to turn the flower into petals. These petals have a different icon than I've seen before. Right click them, and then they start sparkling, and then you bone meal that, which makes the tall variant, right? And then you take that one, and then you can turn it into more petals. So since we can do this, I am curious if I grow this and then bone meal that again. No, we don't duplicate the 2 tall flower, only the 1 tall flower. Okay, it's good to know. So we will make some more petals. We need the white petals anyway. So this is now completed. That's going to give us a floral obedience stick. I have no idea what that is. I think that's something new. Let's take a look at the floral obedience stick. What do you do? What are you? Hello? I have no idea what this is. I guess we got to get the Lexica Botania out in order for us to know what that does. Okay, do we have... Did it give us a book on that? I think we had a book with all of the books in it somewhere. Let me go see if I can find that one real quick. The Akashic Tome. Does that have the Botania stuff in it? Lexica Botania right there. Okay. So, if I search, can I just type in here? Thought there was a way you could type entry index. Okay. So what is that item called? I cannot remember. Floral obedience. Floral, it doesn't show floral obedience. So it might be an item that's locked that we're not supposed to have it just yet. Okay, well, I thought I'd figure out what it was, but I can't figure it out just yet. How do I, okay, so you left click it in air to turn the Akashic Tome back into the Akashic Tome. Got it. Right, so going back to the quest here, this wants us to make a petal apothecary. So that is a petal plus some cobblestone, very inexpensive. Grab some of that, and we have a petal in our inventory. So we will just craft that up. Boom. Petal apothecary, get. Nice. Back to the quest here, so that's gonna give us a tiny potato, some wheat seeds, and some white shimmering mushrooms. We'll place a tiny potato right there. Aw, it loves me. It loves me a lot. Oh no, make it stop. Okay, anyway, mana generating flower. So yes, the first thing that it wants us to do is to generate some mana using one of these various flowers here. Probably the best one is the Endo Flame. This is the one that I generally start off with in all of my Botania playthroughs. You can use ones that use water, I think, and ones that use lava, but honestly, with them being nerfed, so they can only use water or lava every so often. Yeah, I think the endo flames really are the way to go. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do as well today. So we need 2 brown petals, a red petal, and a light gray. Do we have brown, red, and light gray? We have red, brown, and we have gray. We don't have light gray. Okay, so I need to use some more floral fertilizer and get that light gray. One of the earlier quests that we did gave us this flower pouch. And that has a spot for like all the different flowers, including the 2 tall flowers. It doesn't have a spot for these mushrooms though. So these might be the first things that I use. And it doesn't have a spot for the petals either, but the full flowers, yeah. So that saves inventory. That was pretty nice. So we ended up getting the light gray, right? So there's a light gray, we have a red, and we needed brown in order to make our endo flame. We probably want to duplicate these, I would imagine. Since we can just duplicate the flowers, I will grab some more bone meal. Like so. Yeah, we'll just plant these down there and duplicate them. Just so we can have a few endo flames to start. Right. Something like that. Something like that. And something like that. Okay, so you notice no flowers in my inventory. They have all gone into the pouch, and I can also vein mine these all, and they're all in the pouch now, so that's great. I guess they did stack because I had some of these in my inventory, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, so we have these now, and then we can turn those using the petal apothecary into the thing that we want. So yeah, we are also going to need seeds for this. So let's grab light gray, brown, and red. And look at this one more time. So it is 2 brown, 1 light gray, 1 red. So we need to place water into here. So 2 brown, 1 red, 1 light gray, and then a wheat seed. Boom. And there we go. There is our endo flame, our first one. I'm going to go ahead and make 7 more of these. In the last mod pack I played with Botania, you were able to waterlog the petal apothecary and it automatically fill full of water. I think that was in all the mods 7, right? Can't do that in this pack, unfortunately, but placing it down here and then right clicking on it definitely speeds up this process. So yeah, once you craft the item the first time, you fill it back up with water, you can right click with an empty hand, it'll redo the last recipe so you don't have to toss all the petals in there, and then you just cue a wheat seed into it and that crafts it for you. So yeah, that definitely is some time saving. Then we'll just pull that back up and out of there since we don't need that at the moment. Okay, so now that we have those done, that's going to give us a floating white flower and an overgrowth seed. Okay, very good. So the overgrowth seed allows whichever functional flower that is on that soil to go that much faster. I believe you can, or maybe you can't, I can't remember. I believe you can apply that to the floating white flowers. Or the floating flowers, I guess. I don't remember. Well, anyway, yeah, we might use that a little bit later. We might hold on to it. Not quite sure yet. So the next thing that we're going to have to do is make the pure daisy. Yeah, the pure daisy is how we get ourselves living rock and living wood. And we need the living rock in order to make the mana pool. It says the pure daisy is the first functional flower you will make. When placed, it will slowly convert nearby blocks into other blocks. Most notably is used for creating living rock and living wood. 2 massively important blocks. Yep. So those are quite important to Botania. And in fact, we're going to need some stone. Let me just grab that real quick out of here. How are we doing over on charcoal? Looking good. I must have walked next to one of those fairies or something and made a sound. I wasn't expecting that. So we have stone. We're going to need some wood. We got a stack of wood here. Very good. And then we need to actually make the pure white, or is it just called pure daisy? I thought it was called pure white daisy. They might have renamed this thing over time. So yeah, that is just 4 white petals and the petal apothecary. We're going to need 1 seed in order to do that as well. Okay, I guess I prematurely picked up the petal apothecary, and that's fine. Just right click some water on there. We'll right click. Hello, frog. I guess you want to be right there, don't you? For those and the seed, boom. There we go. There's our pure daisy. Very good. Okay, so now that we have this, we can, I don't know where I'm going to place this. I'm just wandering around. We just need to place this on the ground, like so, and then we can place some stone around it. Yep, and it has got particles going on. Once this is done, it takes about 1 minute. Once it's done, these rocks will convert into living rock, and then I'll probably do the same thing with these oak logs. I might even make some more of the pure daisies here, just so we can do both at the same time. Anyway, so we'll let this convert, and we'll be back, guys. All right, so our blocks are changing here. I went ahead and I made 3 more of the pure daisies. Since they're so cheap and we can duplicate the white flowers, there's no reason to not do this. Anyway, so we have that and we have this. Sweet, so there is our living wood and our living rock. Right, so the next quest wanted us to make a mana pool. And, well, I guess a mana pool and a mana spreader. So both of these things are pretty easy to do. We just need some living wood, a petal, and a gold ingot for that. And then the mana pool is just some living rocks. So let's go craft these things and make the quest happy. We'll do the mana pool first. Oh, and then unlock something. And then we need one of these. And do I have an extra petal on me? I do. Okay, good. So we will make a mana spreader, which was this, a petal... and gold. Boom. Okay, so that completes the quest for the mana pool. Right, so that's going to give us a mana splitter, which I don't know if I'm actually going to use. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that just yet. We do have to make a Wand of the Forest, swish and flick. Okay, so Wand of the Forest is a 3 living wood twigs plus 2 petals. Let us do the thing here. How do you make the living wood twig? Okay. Oh, I just had it. I thought I did this before and it's showing 16 sticks. Oh, if I do it there. Oh, okay. So it's shaped. I get it. Okay. So there's that, this, and 2 white petals. Boom. Wand of the Forest. Got it. Did that complete the quest? Isn't that what? Is got a check mark there? I'm confused. Oh, is this quest not available yet? Maybe the quest is not available yet. It actually isn't, right? All right. So first thing, oh, we got a loopy. Let me grab, I was gonna say, let me grab a flower. I have flowers. Quickly, flower. Find a flower. Loopy, come here. I want all your loots. Okay, so the loopy is no longer glowing, so I assume anything that is dropping, it will no longer drop. And yeah, we'll just kind of bring it on over here. I need to get myself another, actually I have a lead on me. So I will lead the bee and I'll place it right there. And there we go. Now we got 2 bees, so we can breed them, right? And then we can start making a little bee family. That's pretty cool. I don't know what we're going to do with where we're gonna put the bees, what we're gonna do with them, how necessary they are, but yeah, there we go, we have them. All right, so that's pretty cool. What did we get for loot? We got a forced gem, a chicken egg, and I thought there was something else that we got. I'm looking at my inventory, maybe a copper ingot, so nothing real great, it looks like. All right. Well, anyway, we were about to set up a little bit of Botania stuff here, so let's get that going. I'm going to go ahead and place the mana pool right there. We will, well, I was going to do something else, but I think we're going to go ahead and place the mana spreader right like that and point that down. So Wand of the Forest, we will shift right click. Okay, so now that it's pointing down, we can verify that that's where the particles are pointing. And then we are going to place the endo flames around like so. These should all be connected to the mana pool. Yeah, it looks like they are all connected just fine. Very good. So the next thing we need to do is actually give the endo flames something to use for fuel. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw down a stack of charcoal over here. Are there charcoal blocks? Maybe we should do blocks. Can we make charcoal blocks? Nice. That's only 7 though. I need to get enough for 1 more. All right, come in here. We'll craft a charcoal block. That way, each one of those endoflames has its own block to use, and then it'll produce the mana much longer than if we just use regular coal. So we'll just place that down here. They should all pick that up. And then we are generating our first little bit of mana here. Cool. So let's grab our wand and we'll point it at the pool. Yeah, we can see that we have 1 pixel of mana, which is better than not having any pixels, I suppose. These endoflames are really slow. This is not the way you want to do mana throughout the mod. This is just to get your starter mana going here. So yeah, we just need to get enough mana in here for the next portion of this quest. So let's just wait for these to collect some mana and then we'll be back. All right, so the flowers stopped generating mana and we have collected less than 1/8 of a mana pool. So not that great with 8 flowers and 8 charcoal blocks, but it's getting us started here. I was looking in the quest book and it looks like we have unlocked this tier for the materials. I do believe this was grayed out previously, but I guess since we got into the mana that this has now unlocked. So yeah, we could do this quest to get the Manasteel Mesh. So that is 1 Manasteel surrounded by sticks. The Manasteel is 1 iron ingot thrown into a mana pool. It gets you 1 of those. So we are going to need 3 ingots to make 3 meshes to upgrade these 3, right? So let's go ahead and grab 3 iron ingots. This really shouldn't use that much mana in total to do this. But yeah, we just queue those in there. We take a look. Maybe it used a little bit more than I thought it did, but we still got plenty of mana in there. Anyway, so we have our 3 Manasteel ingots, and now we just need some sticks to wrap around them. So let's come over here real quick and grab some stick action. There we go. Not this one, this one. Boom. So there is 3 of those. Now, the thing I don't know is, does this actually get us different resources? I guess that's what we're gonna have to figure out. We might have to put in some more drawers over there. Whoops, I didn't. Okay, we can place dust midair. I want to get the mesh out of there. Do I shift right click it? How do I get the mesh out? Shift right click gives me the mesh. Okay. So if I shift right click, I need an empty hand to do that apparently. I got a sugar cane. I got sand. All right, I think we got it that time. So there's the Manasteel Mesh. And this one. Oh yeah, it looks like I grabbed raw zinc and the andesite mesh at the same time. What is this doing then if it doesn't have a mesh on there? It can sift without a mesh? Apparently. Well, anyway, we'll put the mesh back on there. Well, I don't know what I'm doing with this gravel. Okay, so now that we have that, looks like we're blocked. We're getting Certus quartz dust. Ah, okay, so that is definitely a thing that we need to solve. So let's go and break this. So I have the Certus quartz dust in my inventory. Are we blocking by anything else? Just more Certus quartz dust. So if we look at the uses on this, can we compress this in any method? No. Okay. So this is just going to go into a regular drawer, and it just so happens that we have a regular drawer right here. I don't have that connected to the rest of the network, so let's fix that. Let's see. We are set to add and single. So I'll just be able to right click on there. And now Certus quartz has a home. So we will place that back in here. We need this configuration tool. We'll lock it. And then I do need to get the rest of the upgrades on there, plus a void upgrade. I think we had extra. And look at this. We have copper upgrades too. Boom. So now we should be able to collect all the Certus quartz, but we aren't getting any more. So I assume we are blocked by something else. So what are we blocked by now? Cinnabar. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have to go through and figure out what these sieves are crafting or what they're collecting, I guess. Looks like we got another spot down here for a drawer, so I will add that in. Well, anyway, let me go ahead and do this for the rest of the material. This might be the last one. There might be 15 more. I have no idea. But let me go ahead and find a home for all these so our sieves continue sifting, and then we'll be back. Okay, so with that upgrade, we are getting the Certus quartz dust and we are getting this cinnabar. Those are the only 2 new items that were blocking our hoppers from working. So I don't know. What do we get with cinnabar? Like, what's the uses for this? We can turn it into cinnabar dust or a block. So it looks like we could actually just put that into a compacting drawer, which probably we should do since it can be compacted. I think I'll go ahead and move that over here. I got to undo this. Let me grab all that out, put it over here, and add this. Can I remove this? Remove. Get removed. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll have to grab all the upgrades out of this. And since we are doing this on a compacting drawer, we don't really need to put any of the copper upgrades in there because it's going to hold 41.5 thousand by default. Yeah, there's no real reason to upgrade those at this point in time. Okay, so then I can get rid of this, and then I'll have to replace that stripped log back in there. So I will do that a little bit later. So yeah, anyway, the cinnabar, we were taking a look at that to see, like, besides the fact that we can compact it, what is this used for? Is it used for anything? Like, there's a cinnabar dust. Is cinnabar dust the only thing we do with it? We can use it to make a linking tool. Catalyzing induction smelter. I'm not sure what that all does. Okay, so what does the cinnabar dust do then? Does that do anything for us? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what this cinnabar is used for. It looks like for the induction smelter, we can place it here and then maybe it gives us rich slag. Is that the only use for it? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, well, it doesn't seem like it's that important of an item, but yes, the surface quartz obviously is, because this will allow us to get into applied energistics. In fact, I was just kind of looking a moment ago. Let's claim this quest. That's going to give us a sourceberry pie and a blacker lotus. Throwing a blacker lotus into the mana pool increases the amount of mana that's in that pool, but it's a single-use consumable item. Anyway, so getting into here, digital. Yeah, so this quest is now complete. We don't get any rewards for doing that through a mana mesh, right? So that's what we're doing. Yeah, so that looks like that is now unlocked the path for us to get into either applied energistics or refined storage. So that is something that we'll definitely be doing here pretty soon, I expect. We'll have to figure out like a more permanent solution for power. Like what we're doing right now, turning logs into charcoal works, but there are much better ways to generate power. There's wind power, there's solar panel power. I was gonna say solar power. Anyway, there's a few other options that we could do that would just be set it and forget it. We don't have to have a consumable resource for that. So yeah, those are definitely things that I would like to look at in the future. But anyway, guys, we have run out of time for today. Yes, we got ourselves another loot bee, which is super cool. We got into some Botania over here. Yeah, we upgrade our mesh to the second to the last stage, I think. Amethyst is the final stage. Yeah, we'll have to look at how we're going to get amethyst and all that stuff for those meshes. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.